Hello there, people of YouTube. I'm Gabe, and I'd just like to make a video about a Walmart bug out slash kind of survival kit. Probably under $60, I believe, and yeah, I think it'd just be a fun video to make. I've never done a YouTube video, so this will be an interesting experiment, see if I have fun with it. Thought it'd be a good idea to try one. But yeah, it's my first YouTube video. Let's see what happens. Alright. Let's see, so I guess I was just thinking, because one day I was at Walmart, I decided to buy a little, I don't know what the dimensions are, but a little waterproof container. And I figured, I could probably put a bug out kit in this, and I think that'd be, kind of cool, a mini bug out. And then I decided, I could do a Walmart challenge and make it all a Walmart bug out kit under 60 bucks. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here today. I think it's gonna be fun. Let's see, so I guess we should get started. So let's see, here's this container. It's kind of small. It's a waterproof container. Yeah, I just looked at it and I had the idea and thought it'd work out pretty well. I think it'll be good because it's waterproof and small enough you can shove in most backpacks and stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of the base of this whole bug out kit. Let's see, and then I was kind of thinking I needed some fire starting stuff for the bug out kit, and it's always good to have two different ways to start a fire. So I chose storm-proof matches and then just a Bic lighter, because you can't get any easier than a lighter. So that's what I have for fire. When I make a bug out kit or anything like that, I kind of have a couple things in mind. It's usually going to be a knife, fire. I usually add in water, like in water purification somehow. And then a saw is usually a good start. And you can build off that and do a whole bunch of stuff. So I bought one of these cheap commando saws. Yeah, I've never used one. I'd like to try one sometime. I'll probably do that. But, haven't heard too many good things about them, but I thought, it's cheap. It's going to be, try to make a cheap kit. And, yeah, you're going to see a lot of Ozark Trail stuff in this from Walmart. But yeah, that's the saw that I chose. Cheapest one you can find. If I was gonna make a nicer kit, I'd probably have like a actual folding saw. It'd probably be like the Pocket Boy from Silky or something like that. Let's see, and then for knife, kind of at first I thought, a full tang knife would be good, in the woods and stuff like that, starting fire, processing stuff, and but I was also thinking, it's a good sized knife, and with the sheath on, I'm not even sure if it'd fit in the box that I chose. But and besides that, it's gonna be pretty cheap. I think it was like $6 for that knife. So I figured, I'd go with either a knife, or the other option was a multi-tool, which I think is probably a better choice in this case, because it'll fit, has more usability, I suppose. It's a 12-in-1 multi-tool, so yeah, it's got pliers, knife, can opener, file, stuff like that, which that's really useful when you need that stuff, compared to this, which a cheap full tank knife. Can use it, but not too much. But so I'll probably go with the multi-tool. And then for water purification, I chose these little portable aqua. It's kind of just you put one of these in, you wait 30 minutes after stirring it or something, put one of these in, or the other way around, I can't remember. But and it kind of purifies the water and gets rid of all the bacteria and other stuff. And this is the cheapest option I could find, which I believe this was like $9. Yeah. And yeah. I'll definitely have all the prices of everything when I first show them, just so it'll be a little clearer. And then let's see, I also like to have a flashlight and a mini flashlight, because it's a mini bug out kit is always a good choice. This is a pretty good flashlight, you know. It takes one battery, so you can have extra batteries in your case if you need them, which I'll probably be doing. But yeah, I think this was pretty expensive actually. I mean, not exorbitant price, but like $10. Let's see, and then I kind of went for some extra stuff that I think you should have. You know, whistle's good if you need to be heard, and I figured, you know, have a little cheap compass on there, and it has a thermometer and a magnifying glass kind of thing, which I guess you could start a fire with. I doubt it, but you could try. That's for sure. Let's see, and I think a good thing to have is some cord. I usually use paracord. This is usually good stuff, you know. It's good. It has some small stuff, or some thinner stuff in the inside the cord that you can use for fishing line or making a net, or making all sorts of stuff, fixing up things, sewing, things like that. So paracord's usually a good choice for this. And I probably won't use this whole thing in the box just because it'd fit, but might not leave much room for anything. But we'll see. We'll see. And then I got some tape, some duct tape, because I don't want to go breaking the bank on some tape. And we won't use this whole roll either. I'll probably just end up wrapping, I don't know, 2 feet, 2.5 feet or something around the lighter, just around the bottom here. That should work pretty well. And then it's always good to have something to eat in a bug out kit, you know, even if it's small. So I just kind of chose these salted nut rolls just because I had them lying around. No other reason. They're probably not the best food you could have for like a survival situation. They have peanuts, you know, so some protein. They have lots of sugar, probably lots of fat. So, you know, it'd be like, you know, a little short energy boost, but nothing like that would be super great for you. But I'd put 2 in there. And I think, yeah, that's all I have for the things I bought. Yeah, and then let me get these all out of their packages and put them in the box and show you how I organized it and everything. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's all the things that I've bought. This is kind of how I organized it. I'll just shove these in there. And I just wrapped the duct tape around the Bic lighter. It still works just fine. And you got the stormproof matches and the water purification, the flashlight. I'm probably gonna add some extra batteries for the flashlight. And it just takes one. It's kind of nice. Just have to have one in your flashlight. But yeah, it's a perfect little EDC flashlight too, if you ever needed an EDC flashlight. Let's see. And then here's that multi-tool. But it's not, you know, a terrible multi-tool. It's all folded metal and stuff. It's kind of cheap, kind of thin stuff, but it's got a serrated blade You can use that to cut stuff, meat if you needed to, or rope. It's got a little mini screwdriver, flathead, and it's got a little bigger one. And that file, files are pretty useful out in the woods if you need to sharpen something. It's got an actual knife. I'd probably end up sharpening that before I put it in here. I doubt it's very sharp. And it's got a Phillips head screwdriver. If I can get it out. Yeah. And it's got a can opener. If I can also get those out. Can opener and a little, I'd call that a little awl kind of thing, It's got the can opener and the bottle opener. Yep. No locks on any of the knives. It's got the pliers. It'd work for if you needed it. Nothing special, no Leatherman. But yeah. And here's that little compass. It's got a little thermometer on the back. And I think, yeah, the compass is working okay. I think it's mostly pointing north. I went with enough paracord, you can make a ridge line for a tent, and still have some left over for other stuff like binding wood or sticks together for bushcrafty things. And let's see, got the salt rolls, which I just put in there, not rolls, sorry, I just put in there when I close it and everything. But there's still some room. You can add some stuff in here for sure. If I wanted more cord, I could have put more cord in here for sure. There's plenty of room for another thing, whatever you need, it'd fit in here. Oh yeah, and here's that other fixed blade knife. It's definitely cheap, not very sharp. It won't. It's okay, for work and stuff. If you're gonna stick it into a bunch of bark and carve some stuff maybe, but handle's actually more comfortable than I thought it'd be for sure. I'm actually surprised by that. I mean, if you're batoning anything, it's gonna hurt like heck. Probably wouldn't be the best for that. Maybe some smaller sticks you could get away with, but not a whole day of batoning, that's for sure. But yeah, I'd fit in there if you put it in there like this, if you wanted that instead of, or even both. If you want both, I might just put both in there if there's room. Be nice to have, more solid knife to carve with and stuff. Do what you need. Yeah, I think that should be everything. I guess, oh yeah, I was looking at the packaging for this, and they kind of suggested could turn into a bow saw, which I thought, oh yeah, that might work out. I doubt it'd work very well, but I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah. Definitely wouldn't, want to depend on this alone though. So I mean, if you have extra money, get a better saw, stuff like that. But for 60 bucks, this is pretty good. You can definitely make it with this. Like, just throw it in your backpack. If you're going hiking or something, you don't want to bring along the whole bug out bag or all the stuff. You can bring an axe with you if you need, or a hatchet, or a proper saw. You can put this in your glove box or whatever. Keep it in the truck for a truck bug out. I'd suggest getting a few more things just to make it a little more secure. Oh yeah, that's definitely one thing I wanted to talk about, was a first aid kit, which I was planning on finding something for this, but just anything I could find just wouldn't, especially at Walmart. They don't have a lot of options, but even their little tiny one, they have in the little camping section they have. It's like 13, 14 bucks. And I don't think it has anything that would actually help, you know, a lot. I mean, it sure get cuts and bruises and stuff. You know, if you need to wrap up a big cut or something, they'd probably have enough stuff to do that. But it's just, you know, you can't find a good first aid kit for cheap, because that's one of those things you kind of break the bank on, just because it's one of those things you don't want to go without or go cheap, because you know, that's life-saving stuff right there. I got a couple. One's like 60 bucks. That's what I keep in my car. That one's pretty nice, actually. That's a pretty good budget kit if you're going for something you can use. I think it was like a 3-day survival, or 3-day first aid kit for backpacking and stuff for, I think it was 3 people actually, so it's pretty good. But other than that, I have one that's like $35, and even so, I added a cat tourniquet to both those kits, which added another 30 bucks to each one, so you know. But yeah, so I just left out the first aid kit. And this, you can add stuff like band-aids and rubbing alcohol pads and things like that. You can add gauze if you need it, or even a cat tourniquet if you wanted to. Yeah, so I didn't add a first aid kit. I'd definitely suggest adding something for first aid, you know, whatever it may be. But yep, this is what I have put together from Walmart. It's about 60 bucks, I think, maybe a little over, maybe a little under. Yeah, should be good for a survival situation for sure. But I think that's it. I think that's the complete kit that I bought. It's definitely a good base kit. You know, add on to it, do what you want with it. Learn from it if it breaks. You know, learn that you need a better multi-tool or knife or something, better saw. A lot of this other stuff's okay, like basic things, you know. But I'd rather have this kit than nothing, that's for sure. You can start fires, you can purify water, you can see in the dark, you can find people. Yeah, that's it. God bless and go in grace. See you guys.